All right, so how to do a pull-up. Pull-ups are the best exercise for a well-rounded, balanced, and aesthetic physique because, they build your back. So what do? They pull your shoulders back and open up your chest, which corrects your posture. A lot of times guys get into lifting and they do more pushing movements than pulling movements. And that ends up, you get built forward. Why do they do that? Well, the bench is more satisfying than barbell rows, because there's a clear beginning and end to the movement. If you're doing overhead press, when you lock out, you did a full rep. If you're doing a barbell row, it's not as clear. And as you get more fatigued, it's even less and less clear. Like, is that it? Is that full rep? Did I do it? So guys get built forward in the beginning of their physical evolution because they do more pushing than pulling. Pull-ups will fix all of that for you. They are the best exercise, as I say, for an aesthetic physique. The vast majority of my back strength and size is attributable to overhead pulling. I do barbell rows on Tuesdays, but that's mainly to improve my pull-up game. So, if you want to get into pull-ups and you're struggling right now, there's two things you can do. You can offset some of your body weight, or you could do a different exercise entirely, like barbell rows, to get yourself some back strength to get into overhead pulling. We're going to talk about this one today, offsetting some of your body weight. So just before we begin, let's remember pull-ups are a back exercise. A lot of people who just get started, it's kind of like the guy who starts climbing for the first time. He goes to the climbing gym and his instinct is to just use strength, right? Just force himself up the wall. And people are like, no, you got to think about it. It's a problem. Climbers are a little pretentious. I'm just a hater. I want to get into climbing myself. Okay, we must remember pull-ups are a back exercise. Okay, so the problem is a lot of people struggle with engaging their back muscles, particularly their lats. There's something about them being in your back that makes them more difficult to engage. Like if you're looking in the mirror and you're doing some bicep curls, you can see your biceps stretching and squeezing, right? There's something about that helps. If you're benching, you can see your chest. You can see you moving the weight. Again, it's more satisfying. There's a lockout, a clear begin, middle, and end to the movement. But if the muscle's in your back, it's you can't see it, so you sort of have to envision it in your mind's eye. So I know this sounds a little bit wooey, but it really might help to close your eyes and envision your lats stretching and squeezing. You need to build a mind-muscle connection. It's so important for any back exercise. All right, so if you want to build that mind-muscle connection, offset some of your body weight. So here's how I do that with a band. Simply loop one end around the bar, cinch it like so, and take the other end and loop it underfoot in this sort of makeshift stirrup. And that will offset some of your body weight, so you can really focus on pulling with your back as opposed to your arms, like so. And also, the more that your legs are out, the more there's a stretch in your lats, and you'll be forced to pull with them as opposed to your arms. So I'll just demonstrate really quickly so you can see the back. And again, these are your lats. It's a big muscle group right there. All right, now see if I put my legs forward, you can see the Christmas tree a little bit more. And there's more of a stretch. The lats are more elongated. That's why doing one of those L pull-ups is harder, because there's a massive stretch in your lats for one of those guys. When I first got into pull-ups, after about a few months, I could do 20. But I had to really humble myself because I was cheating. I was pulling with my arms as opposed to my back. I was relying on things like bicep strength. Remember, your arms are just hooks that you're basically pivoting on, and you're pulling with your back. So offset some of your body weight, or try spamming bent over barbell rows, because it's really difficult getting into overhead pulling with your body weight. Like, how much do you weigh? I weigh 200 pounds. Like, if I do a barbell row, I could just do it with the bar or add a little bit of weight. I don't have to row 200 pounds. So I did another video, as I said, on pen lay rows and bent over barbell rows. That will help you build some back strength on one of your alternative days. And I really think just dedicate, if you're doing a workout split, an entire day to overhead pulling. That's how you master it. Increasing the frequency and repetition. And again, that mind-muscle connection, remember, it's just all important, and humble yourself. If you can do a bunch of pull-ups with your arm strength, and say you could do 10, drop down to 5 and try pulling with your lats. sucks in the beginning. You gotta put that ego aside, but in the long term, it's gonna be worth it because, like, look at the size of your bicep, look at the size of your lats. Your lats are a massive muscle group. Over time, you should be able to generate way more strength with them. So I hope that helps. Thank you for watching.